Keep it, folks. It's PETE58. You remember Shadow. If anybody's been watching the channel more than... If you're not a bot, you know who this is. Shadow, how you been? I think since the last time we talked, you became a movie star. How's it been? Fuck you. Okay. I see you have... Yeah, thank you. You still hit harder than my ex-wife. Thank you. Shadow, everyone. He's a movie star now. Part 3. I haven't watched it yet. I saw part 1, but anyway, I guess this is like a channel update or whatever. I finished my 10th novel today. Hooray for me. And it's an anthology. I tend to find anthologies fun to do. You know, I mean, you can just fill it up with short stories. You know, nobody reads them, but I don't care. I enjoy doing it. As you can see, my affair with the Jolly Green Giant sister resulted in some kind of disease, venereal. We're trying some kind of potato chip fat-based injection. It's not working. But I don't know. Kind of, coordinates. I got shoelaces that are green. I got a whole wardrobe. You'll see. I know how to coordinate. I'm not an idiot. Or I'm not a... I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I finished my 10th novel. It's an anthology. I haven't come up with a title with. I haven't come up with a title for it yet. I look a little tired because I've been editing it most of the day. And the way I edit it, the screen has a white background and I can't darken it, so it makes my eyes kind of, look kind of baggy after like 6 hours. And the last short story was almost in itself novel length. It was almost 50,000 words, and it's a little long for a short story, but oh well. But yeah, it's done. Novel number 10, anthology. I haven't come up with a name for it yet, or a title for it yet, but the stories themselves in the anthology are already available on Kindle. I would share the links, but because I don't have enough subscribers or something, I can't share any outside links of YouTube. But just go to Kindle store on Amazon and search I'll put my name in the description of the video. So if you are interested and you're not a bot or whatever, you can check it out. Right, Shadow? You got that right. See, he's not always an asshole. But yeah, novel number 10 is finished, and I've been just thinking about how much I enjoy being a writer, and I thought about some of the things I've read growing up, or maybe not growing up, but as I grew into an adult, that played a significant part in my life as a storyteller, I guess. And of course, it's cliched, that I know, but one of the novels that played a big part is Stephen King's It. And I know a lot of people, the TV series for it that's coming out next week. I can't wait. I'm going to tear it the fuck up. I can't wait. I saw the movies. Chapter 1 was good. Chapter 2 is okay. The miniseries, I love the miniseries. Tim Curry, he's great as Pennywise. You couldn't ask for better for a TV movie. I mean, but the movies are great too. But anyway, this novel played a big part in, I guess, developing. I'm dropping my phone. A big part in developing my, my desire to be a storyteller. Now, one of the things, I just want to read a short passage that it took I kind of just kind of like it stirred me in a way, and it's not a scary scene. So I mean, which may or may not be disappointing to you, but it's just it was something I experienced as a child myself. Now I didn't read Stephen King's It until I was, I guess, in my early 20s. Like when I was in high school, I read whatever came out at the time. I think like The Regulators or Desperation had come out when I was in high school, so I read that. And I was just basically reading what came out at the time. So I didn't read any of his early classics like The Shining and until a little bit later, until I was in my late teens and early 20s. It was like, I just wanted to read the newest stuff. And that stuff had come out in the 70s and 80s. So I didn't read that till like maybe the late 90s and early aughts. But I read it for the first time in the early aughts. And I kind of scolded myself afterward because there was I'm going to read the passage to you in a moment that makes me wish I had read it when I was younger, because it was something that stirred me. So it was something I identified with. And it's just a short 2 paragraphs. And I'm going to read it right now. And I got my reading glasses because I'm an old man. See, I'm handsome with green hair. Okay. His scarf. This is Ben. It's in page 203 of Stephen King's It, the Signet publishing of it, and page 203. And I'm just going to read a couple paragraph or two, and I'm going to explain why it stirred me so much. It's when he sees the mummy for the first time. Ben Hanscom sees the mummy for the first time. His scarf helped a little, but not enough. His eyes throbbed, and the moisture in his nose froze to a cracked glaze. His legs were going numb. Several times he stuck his mittened hands into his armpits to warm them up. The wind whooped and screamed, sometimes sounding almost human. Ben felt both frightened and exhilarated. Frightened because he could now understand stories he had read, such as Jack London's To Build a Fire, where people actually froze to death. It would be all too possible to freeze to death on a night like this, a night when temperatures would drop to 15 below. The exhilaration was hard to explain. It was lonely. It was a lonely feeling, a somehow melancholy feeling. He was outside. He passed on the wings of the wind, and none of the people beyond the brightly lighted squares of their windows saw him. They were inside where there was light and warmth. They didn't know he had passed them, only he knew. It was a secret thing. I have a very vivid memory growing up in South Philly. I was about 11 years old. And I was about the age of Ben Hanscom here in that particular moment. And I remember it was January, and there was I think it was January, maybe December. It might have been, but I remember it was very cold. And it was like, I think, it wasn't snowing, but it was like maybe drizzling a little. And I was walking down a street in South Philly, and the windows were frosted, and I could see the lighted windows behind it, the yellow lights of people in their homes, and I passed them, and I remember thinking, it's like, I wonder if they see me here, as I passed by, and it felt like a weird secret. It's like they didn't see me, but I saw them, and it was like, I remember just wondering about that. And then when I first read that, it was like 23 or 24. I remember being like, oh my God. It kind of stirred me in my heart, and it made me glad I pursued a somewhat amateurish, but a writing career, and I just I don't know, just that was a feeling that I've held with me for so long, and I've never told anybody about that. And I don't know if anybody sees this video. I mean, it's just, I don't know, just reading that. I mean, the first time I read that, I remember just kind of being I mean, because I mean, it is a classic for all its own reasons, and that's just. But reading that, I don't know. I mean, that touched me in a way, maybe like poetry touches someone, or but that phrase, the way the lighted squares. I mean, you have no idea how that. I mean, like I remember having that exact same feeling walking down cold streets in South Philly, growing up as a little kid. I mean, it just. I don't know. It was just it was just something I really wanted to share because I thought about it since the first time I read this book, like almost 20 some odd years ago, and I never told anybody that. And, it was just I think that's why I pursued writing so hard, especially as I got older. You know, as a divorced old mid-40s man, had what more could I ask for? You you know, that's I guess as much as I can hope for in this life. I do the best I can, but in the meantime, for the next month or so, I think I'm gonna try and make more Gmod horror videos. I've been enjoying doing that, but I haven't been doing it a lot. I've been focusing on finishing this novel, which will be available soon. I'll have a title, and it'll be available in paperback or in Kindle. Kindle will be better. Kindle you get it for 99 cents, and it might be more appealing to you. Because I have to work for a living, and so do you, I'm sure. You know, so don't be afraid to only spend 99 cents. Everything I write is available for Kindle. Kindle Unlimited. If you subscribe to that, you can get all my stuff for free, and I get paid if you read it. So don't feel bad if you're not paying for it. If you read it, then I get paid. So I want you to enjoy it. If you don't want to subscribe, you just pay 99 cents. It's cheaper than a cup of coffee or a Drake coffee cake. Seinfeld fans, yeah, whatever. But I mean, Shadow, what do you think? I think Sonic's an asshole. We know that. I mean, what do you think about 99 cents? For a short story. And people could spend like a couple of bucks on a Stephen King or Dean Koontz or who have you. What do you think? 99 cents. Are you divorced? Yeah, I'm divorced. Why do you? What? But who cares? Isn't that sort of typical of a piece of shit? I'm not a piece of shit. You're an asshole. Yeah, never mind. I'm sorry. I love you. All right. Go to bed. Anyway, you heard from Shadow. He loves me. And, my stuff's available for 99 cents. Read it. You might like it. I write all kinds of genres. There's horror, and there's drama, and there's thriller. There's comedy. I mean, check me out at the Kindle store. Alrighty? Thank you,